I was in the back of an Uber when my driver said, "There's a car that's been following us for 2 blocks. I don't want to drive you home until I lose him." I was outside the club in Miami when I realized I needed to order an Uber home. I thought everything was fine, because the driver who accepted my ride was a woman instead of a creepy man. Plus, when I got in the driver Mayumi's Tesla, we started yapping about random stuff like how crazy it is that Piper Raquel actually dropped the link. She laughed and said period, which made me like her instantly. But that's when it happened. She took a right and we were getting further away from my house instead of closer. Where are we going? Do you see the black BMW behind us? She cut me off. I turned around and she continued, "He's been following us for 2 blocks. I don't want to bring you home until I lose him. Don't worry, I've done this before." "Oh my gosh," I whispered. I was so scared I could feel my coochie heartbeat. My hands were shaking. Mayumi stayed calm, and her voice was so relaxing it sounded like ASMR when she said, "It's okay. I'm gonna take some back streets and lose him. Just stay below the windows." I believed her. Why wouldn't I? She was a woman. She was protecting me. We turned down a narrow alley between 2 buildings, and I turned around to see if the black BMW was still following us. And when I saw that it wasn't, and that the coast was clear, I let out the biggest exhale of my life. Oh, thank goodness. I think we lost him. But Mayumi didn't slow down. She kept driving deeper into the alley. "I'm just making sure we actually did lose him," she said. Her voice was different now, less friendly. Something in my gut twisted, but I told myself I was being paranoid. She just saved me from a stalker. Why would I be scared of her? When she drove through the alley and we came out on the other side, my chest tightened with anxiety. There was nothing around. No clubs, no restaurants, no people. Just dark buildings with boarded up windows and streetlights that were either broken or flickering. "Where are we?" I asked. My voice came out shakier than I meant. "It's a shortcut," Mayumi said. She didn't look at me in the rearview mirror this time. I pulled out my phone to check the Uber app and my blood went cold. The app said the trip was completed, but we were still driving. Why would she end the ride if we weren't at my house yet? Unless she didn't want Uber tracking where she was actually taking me. I was about to text the police, but that's when my phone died. "You okay back there?" Mayumi asked. I looked up and caught her eyes in the rearview mirror. They weren't warm anymore. They were watching me, calculating. "I'm fine," I lied. "Just tired." She fake smiled like a flight attendant who hates the customers. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't, because now I was realizing the truth and it was making me sick to my stomach. There was never anyone following us. She made it up. She made the whole thing up to get me away from the main roads. Mayumi turned down a dead-end road that was under a dark bridge, and that's when I saw it. Under the bridge, there was the same black BMW from earlier, parked with 2 scary-looking men in the front seat. There was no one else around. My whole body went numb with terror. As soon as we parked, I grabbed the door handle, but it wouldn't open. I was trapped. Tears started streaming down my face. "Please, please don't do this. I work on Wall Street. I have money. I'll give you whatever you want." Mayumi rolled her eyes and said, "It's not about money," like I was the one annoying her. That's when it happened. The doors of the parked car under the bridge opened. 2 large men stepped out. They were walking toward us. "Ah!" I screamed. Bang, bang, bang. I banged on the windows with my fists, and that's when I heard it. "Hey, leave her alone! I already called the cops!" I looked up to see a homeless man walking towards us. He had his phone camera pointed right at Mayumi and the 2 men. "I got your faces on camera. The cops are on the way." Long story short, they're all in prison, and I gave the homeless man head as a thank you.